Alright, how you going? So what I'm doing today is, this is the original alternator out of my van. So it's a 92 alternator. This is the alternator out of the 94 van I've got. This one failed going back about 2 years ago. I ended up customizing a Magna alternator to fit the TARAGO. That did well, but I needed an alternator for a Magna, and I had this one in the TARAGO that I'm not using, so I figured I might as well put an OEM alternator back in the TARAGO and use the Magna one for a Magna. Right? Logical. This one's in the van, not even a month, and it fails. Well, not completely, just can't use headlights. It's not pulling enough charge to run headlights, but just general driving with no headlights, I could get around, so it was making do as long as it was using minimum power. What I'm doing is comparing the two side by side. Obviously I've had mine apart before because I planned on fixing it. I even got second-hand brushes to fix it and never got around to it because the Magna alternator was doing fine, didn't have to. Now that I'm at this point, I figured what I'll do is I'm going to fix this one, put the genuine one back in the TARAGO, but I want to know if any difference between the two other than the regulator, because you've got the regulator that takes this fitting here, and you've got the regulator that takes that fitting there, and just wanted to know, is the regulators interchangeable, which I dare say they are, but let's find out. So first of all, to get this plate here off, it's a 8mm. I've already loosened them off, so don't think they were already loose. I'll just step it in that little bit early, so save a bit of mucking around. Now 10mm. I don't think these are all the same size, but it's a smaller one. Yeah, see, a smaller one. And two smaller ones, one longer one. That's easy enough to work back out because this here, you can tell on the plate here, you got different sizes there, so you know which side the smaller ones go back, and don't be too stressed about that. And there's 12mm. And a screw fitting there, which is a 8mm or screwdriver. Just that fell off there. Okay, so we get this regulator off. I don't have to take the regulator off if I was just changing the brushes. You can do that just by undoing these two here. Take the brushes off and see how worn they are. and the second hand ones I've got. So there's a problem right there. That's now the new ones are only 14 bucks anyway, which I have ordered. If I wanted to make my job easy right now, I could just put these on here and reuse that alternator, but I'm not going to. Whole purpose is, could I put my old regulator on this alternator? What's the difference between them? So this is the one I just took off the other van. There you go. So both of them exactly the same alternator. Interchangeable regulators if need be. So I'm going to be fixing my old one back up and putting the original one back on the van. I do have a part coming, this part here coming, a full regulator. Funny enough, it cost me $13 for the regulator, and oh, there's a part number on the bottom there. Focus camera. Okay. So I've ordered the whole part because it was $13 for the part with brushes, or $14 for brushes. So hell, why not get the whole part and just have it as a backup. So now I'm going to put all this back together, and this here, it's marked on the top there to say that's how it came out of the other alternator that I took apart. Not I took apart, someone else did, but and they marked it on top to say that's the way it goes back in, but it's also got a little dip there to show you that that's the top. Now what I have done as well is I got some 1500 wet and dry. I didn't wet it obviously, and I've cleaned that up. Basically just hold the sandpaper on there, the wet and dry sandpaper, and spin the shaft just to polish it up and give it a nice clean surface there. I also cleaned up all the points in here. This is all prepping, so it's all cleaned up. Everything's all nice and clean. So I'll put all this back together and off we go, eh? I'm going to go and clean up the last one. Have it. Job's done. It's ready to go back in the van. Have the original one back in the van. Other than that, there's not a lot of wear on the shaft parts there. Same as the other one that I cleaned up already. That didn't have much wear on it either, and it's, well, honestly, it's got a lot of wear because my van's done over 500,000 kilometres, but it didn't really do much on the wearing down that part there. So now, just the difference between here, this one doesn't have any much of a reading other than it says 9M12, and this one here says it says 5P23. Hang on, mate. I'll give a screenshot of a photo of that there. I think, maybe not. Got a part number on there. I'll just hold it up to the camera. that's it. Exactly the same alternator. Regulator fits on both. That was the whole video. That's what I wanted to know. What was the main difference between the two alternators? There is no real big difference between the two alternators. They do only charge at 70 amps, so that's a bit of a bummer. But you know, 90 amps or 120 amps would have been better. Anywhere between there. But it is what it is, eh? Alright, well thanks for watching guys, and yeah, to the next one. Cheers.